Hey everyone, if you're looking for a way to cut through metal like butter without hauling around a big, bulky machine, this Lincoln Tomahawk 30 Air Handheld Plasma cutter might be exactly what you need. I know how frustrating it can be to have a project held up because your tools aren't cutting it, literally. So today, I'm putting this thing to the test to see if it's worth the investment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the thing that really stands out about this plasma cutter is how easy it is to take anywhere. Most plasma cutters need an external air compressor, which means extra gear, extra noise, and extra hassle. But this one has an internal air compressor built right in. I took it out to my backyard workshop, plugged it in, and started cutting scrap metal within minutes. No need to mess with hoses or worry about finding a compressor that's powerful enough. It's just ready to go whenever you are. Another feature that makes this cutter a game changer for me is the continuous output control. If you've ever tried cutting different thicknesses of metal, you know that one setting doesn't fit all. With this, you can fine-tune the amperage on the fly. I was working with some 1/4 inch steel and then switched to thinner sheet metal, and adjusting the output was as simple as turning a knob. No stopping, no restarting, just smooth, consistent cuts every time. The touch start system is another big win. I remember using older plasma cutters where you had to strike the arc just right, or it would sputter and fail. With this, you just touch the metal, pull the trigger, and boom, clean arc every time. I tested it on rusty, painted, and even slightly uneven metal, and it didn't miss a beat. That reliability is huge when you're on a tight deadline and can't afford to waste time troubleshooting. One thing I didn't expect, but really appreciated was the Rapid Arc Restrike. I was cutting some expanded metal the other day, and there were these gaps where the arc would normally die out. But this thing reignited instantly, keeping the cut going without any hiccups. It saved me from having to go back and finish the cut manually, which is a huge time saver. The front panel purge control is another small, but super practical feature. It lets you adjust the airflow right from the front of the machine, so you can fine-tune it for different materials or even just to keep your workspace cleaner. I found that setting it just right helped reduce slag buildup on my cuts, which means less cleanup later. And let's talk about how cool it runs. Plasma cutters can get pretty hot, especially if you're using them for extended periods. But Lincoln designed this one with enhanced swirling airflow to keep the torch and consumables cool. I ran it for about 20 minutes straight cutting 1/2 inch steel, and the torch never got too hot to handle. Plus, the consumables lasted longer than I expected, which is always a plus for your wallet. Now, it's not perfect. The internal air compressor does make it a bit heavier than some other handheld plasma cutters I've used. If you're planning to carry it around all day, it might get a little tiring. Also, while it's great for most DIY and light industrial work, if you're cutting really thick metal regularly, you might want something with a bit more power. But for the price and the features, it's a solid choice for most people. So, who's this plasma cutter really for? If you're a DI or tackling projects around the house, a hobbyist working with metal, or even a small shop owner who needs something portable and reliable, this Lincoln Tomahawk 30 is worth considering. It's easy to use, cuts cleanly, and doesn't require a ton of extra setup. Just plug it in, adjust the settings, and you're good to go. If you're still on the fence, I'd say go for it. The price point is reasonable for what you get, and the convenience of having everything built into one unit is hard to beat. Check it out using the link below if you want to see the current price and any updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.